Welcome to our student broadcast of University of Florida Gators football, a production of the students of the University of Florida College of Journalism and Communications. Now, let's go live to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium for Florida Gators football.
Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network inside Ben Hill Griffin Stadium as the Florida Gators get set to take on the Missouri Tigers. My name is Jake Rooker alongside Gabriel Sosa. Gabriel, we got a really good matchup coming up today as the Florida Gators are taking on the Missouri Tigers. What are you looking for from both these teams tonight as we get ready to take the matchup? Obviously, the Gators with the big loss to Texas A&M last time out, and they fell all the way down to number 10. They've also been off for 2 weeks because of COVID. And the Missouri Tigers, meanwhile, are 2-2, decent record, but looking to try to get above 500.
Well, the biggest problem, Jake, right now is the Gators' defense, allowing 33.3 points per game, which is second worst in the SEC. They've allowed over 900 yards passing and 400 yards rushing in the past 3 games. And some big players are out for their defense, like Sean Davis, Marco Wilson, and Donovan Steiner. So the Gators need the next man up to pull through. And for Mizzou, the biggest thing, how to stop Kyle Pitts and how to stop Kyle Trask. These two have been connecting so well their past 3 games. And also Larry Roundtree, the third running back for Mizzou, is 55 yards away from his rushing record of the school, which is not from a non-QB, and has scored 2 touchdowns in the last game against Kentucky. And he's going to be a big part of this Mizzou offense.
And Kyle Pitts, as you mentioned, 7 touchdowns on the year, which is second best in the SEC. And he's only played 3 games as well, so 2 games behind most other teams. Speaking of the players that are out for UF because of COVID, let's talk about that a little bit. UF obviously off for 2 weeks. This Missouri game and their LSU game both getting postponed. The LSU game being made up back not until December. How do you think this is going to affect the Florida Gators coming in? Do you think we might see some rust, obviously without the starters? And again, the Gators are also without their starting kicker, Evan McPherson. We saw the backup, Chris Howard, taking some kicks. He didn't look great, but it was just warm-ups to, obviously McPherson is a very excellent kicker, so anybody other than him is not going to be able to fill those big shoes. But what are you looking for from, at least in the positions that they're missing guys due to COVID? Well,
each guy needs to stand up and be the next man to come up. But the biggest part is Evan McPherson, obviously, like Chris Howard. I see a lot of 4th downs going for the Gators. They're going to go for it a lot. Kyle Pitts, Kyle Trask, Damian Pierce, all the big guys are going to do a lot tonight.
Absolutely, and Dan Mullen, we already know, does love to go for it on 4th down more often than that. But we're about 3 minutes away from kickoff, so we'll be right back after these messages as the Florida Gators get ready to take on the Missouri Tigers here at Ben Griffin Hill Stadium. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. My name's Jake Rooker alongside Gabriel Sosa. Sorry about that, folks. We had some technical difficulties, but we are back as the Gators kick this one off to Missouri. A short kick, and they're going to try to run this one back. And they get down about the 25-yard line, so not much more of what a touchback would have been.
Exactly. Great start. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that as well. But not much happened. It's 6-0 right now. Another field goal by Chris Howard. And there is 2 minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter.
Gators looking to try and extend their lead. So far, so good for the defense as they've held Missouri to 0 points. They did miss that 1 field goal, though. And Bazelak back on the field to try and lead his team down the field. 1st and 10. Bazelak in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff. Now throwing across the field. It's caught by number 7, Damian Hazelton, for a 1st down.
Very great start for Bazelak. And the first pass that was actually given to Hazelton tonight. And a lot of yardage there for the Missouri Tigers.
1:47 left to go in the first quarter with the Gators leading at 6-0. As Bazelak, goes down under center, looks to take the snap with Roundtree in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Roundtree on the right side, bouncing out to the right, up, down, and gets about a yard in the play after he's forced out of bounds.
Not much there out of the Gators, or I'm not much there out of Missouri.
Gators defense done an excellent job so far at holding them to just short yardage gains. 2nd and 9 now coming up for the Missouri Tigers.
And very well done for them to not let the field goal happen. They missed the field goal about a drive and a half ago.
Bazelak in the shotgun with Roundtree to his right, one receiver out to his right, and two receivers out to his left. Just about a minute to go left in this first quarter. There's the snap. It's going to be a play-action play. Pass. Drop down incomplete. It was a hard pass from Bazelak. Not sure who that was intended to. Kind of just missed his man there.
Absolutely missed his man there. It was way too far off from his man. Not even sure which man it was, but now they have a 3rd and 9.
It's both Hazelton and possibly Knox both over there in that vicinity. But 3rd and 9 now with 56 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Bazelak in the shotgun with Roundtree to his right. Looks over to the sidelines to get a call here. The Gators lead this one 6-0 late in the first quarter. Here's the snap. Bazelak drops back. He's pressured, tries to move out to his right side. Pump fake, still running, and he gains about a yard as he runs out of bounds. So the Gators defense gets some pressure on Bazelak, and they're forcing another 3 and out.
It was kind of odd there. You see Bazelak kind of move out of the pocket. Brennan Cox and Marlon Dunlop were right next to each other, and Brennan Cox accidentally tackles his own man.
Yeah, it did seem like they ran into each other right at the end of that play, but Bazelak only able to get 1 yard on that. Actually, they didn't even give him a yard. So it's 4th and 9, and Missouri Tigers go ahead and punt this ball away. Kadarius Toney waits for this one. This time he'll let it drop, though. Takes a Missouri bounce, and it'll be downed at just outside the 16-yard line.
Well, very well done by this Gator defense. They've been struggling this entire season so far defensively, and they've finally been able to get a few stops tonight.
And now the Gators offense gets to come back out on the field. They have gotten 2 field goals so far, but I'm sure this Dan Mullen run offense is looking for more. They definitely like a touchdown on this drive. Kyle Trask so far tonight, 7 for 12, 128 yards. Not bad, but they want to get inside the red zone this time, or in the end zone, excuse me.
Absolutely. Kyle Trask, he's been missing his big man in Kyle Pitts. Also Kadarius Toney, Trayvon Grimes. A lot of big targets that Kyle Trask has here, but hasn't been able to convert.
So 1st and 10 for the Gators with 26 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Kyle Trask in the shotgun. As he takes the snap here, he's going to hand this one off to number 6. He's brought down quickly for maybe a gain of 1.
That was Naquan Wright.
Naquan Wright, as we mentioned, the Gators have really utilized all 3 of their running backs, both, especially in the Texas A&M game, and all 3 can run the ball very well.
Absolutely. They're both big guys, can break tackles easily, and very quick as well.
And that's going to do it for the end of the first quarter. So Gators lead it 6-0 at the end of 1 here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium on this Halloween night. We'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to Ben Hill Griffin Hill Stadium on this Halloween night as the Gators lead the Missouri Tigers 6-0. Florida ranked number 10, looking to try and get back on the winning side of things after taking a tough loss to Texas A&M just 2 weeks ago. My name's Jake Ricker alongside Gabriel Sosa. Gabriel, pretty good game so far. Gators offense doing okay. Probably would like to see a little more out of that Gators offense, but the defense, even though they're just playing the Missouri Tigers, still doing a good job.
This is definitely a good start for their defense, especially when they play the Georgia Bulldogs next week. So that's going to be a very big challenge for the Florida Gators. But it's just good to see that defense make stops, get their composure and their morale a little bit higher.
Well, you look at those first 2 weeks that the Gators played, and even against those opponents who weren't top 10 opponents or anything like that, even top 25, this defense still struggled, and they're definitely doing a much better job tonight, obviously, with Missouri only having 0 points on the board.
Absolutely. So far, they've been very close. They've had some good plays, Mizzou, but you can see that the Gators defense have been able to pressure the quarterback a little bit more. Haven't really seen that in any other game, so it's really good to see for these Florida Gator defense.
Kyle Trask getting ready to come back out on the field in just a few moments here. Despite only having 2 field goals. We've seen a little bit from Kyle Pitts, not too much, though. We would like to see a little more out of him probably. It is only the first quarter, though, so still a lot of football left to go.
Absolutely. He had a great pass from Kyle Trask earlier, about a 20, 30-yard gain. And ever since then, he's been kind of stagnant. Haven't really seen him catch the ball or even given the ball much. So the Gator offense are definitely going to be able to see him later on throughout this game.
Let's talk about the running backs as we currently wait for them to come back out on the field. The Gators have utilized all 3 running backs so far already in this game. Malik Davis, Dameon Pierce, and Naquan Wright. All 3 of them very capable running backs. As we're jumping right back into this here, as Kyle Trask takes the snap, drops back, throwing over the middle. That ball is caught, and he goes down right about the 40-yard line, number 88. It's Kiermore Gamble, the backup tight end.
Well, just a great route running. A beautiful pass from Kyle Trask there, getting about 15 yards.
Kyle Trask really doing a good job of spreading the ball around. He's done an excellent job of that in these first 3 games that they've played, even in the Texas A&M loss. Kyle Trask in the shotgun. Still Naquan Wright in the backfield, and it's going to be a play-action pass. Trask running out to his left-hand side. He's going to take it with him, and he tackled him right away for a gain of maybe 1 or 2.
Just couldn't find a man there. There was too many Mizzou defenders. Right when he tried to scramble, he just couldn't find a lane and was unable to do so.
Looks like Kyle Trask is coming out of the game here, which means we might have some Emory Jones action here on 2nd and 9. Emory Jones has not played too much football. No, it's actually not Emory Jones. It's Anthony Richardson in the game. Surprising here, it's going to be direct snap to Richardson. He's going to take it, and it's still on his feet. Just gets down to the 49-yard line. We haven't seen that from the Gators yet so far these last couple of years.
Not yet, but Anthony Richardson, freshman for this team, and he was actually a very big recruit for this Gators team. Quick, great arm, accurate, and it's really good to see him out tonight.
6'4", 234 pounds freshman, as you mentioned, and he's going to remain in the game here on this 3rd down. It's 3rd and 1. Richardson takes a snap. He's going to run with it again. Spin move, and play is blown dead. Looks like there's a flag on the play.
I'd like to see Anthony Richardson throw the ball. That'd be very interesting to see.
Well, we saw this with Kyle Trask and Emory Jones. Emory Jones, every time he came in, he always ran the ball. So I wonder if that's going to be the same thing, but with Richardson, and it's going to be a false start
on the
Gators. So that's going to back him up here and make it 3rd and 6. So we wonder, is Trask coming back into the game? So it looks like Richardson might be doing what Emory Jones has done for so long and coming in and using the run play majority of the time. Maybe we get to see him throw a ball or 2.
Yeah, you know, with Emory Jones, it's just kind of get a little bit of a composure and confidence on the field.
Kyle Trask in the shotgun, takes the snap, drops back. Looking to his right, he's going to throw that way. He was hit as he threw, and the ball is picked off. Here goes the Tigers the other way at the 40, down to the 30, to the 20, the 10. He's still on his feet at the 5, loses the ball, holds on to it, touchdown Tigers.
What an insane turn of events here for the Missouri defense. Just tipped off by one of the Missouri defensive linemen and picked off for the touchdown.
Kyle Trask was hit as he threw that ball, so obviously that ball did not have as much power as Kyle Trask wanted to, and it fell right into the hands of the Missouri Tigers defense. It was number 6.
It was number 8, actually. Jarvis Ware with the interception, and then number 32, Nick Bolton, linebacker, that made it tough for Kyle Trask.
So a huge interception for Jarvis Ware that ties the game at 6, pending the extra point coming up here. I can't put too much blame on Kyle Trask. Maybe he probably should have held onto the ball and just taken the sack at that point, but obviously he got hit as he was throwing, which, I mean, I think if he would have got all the throw on that, that might have been a first down. It looked like he had a guy open downfield as the extra point is up and good. So now the Missouri Tigers lead it 7-6 with 12:54 left to go in the second quarter. And we'll be right back after this. You're listening to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. My name's Jake Ricker alongside Gabriel Sosa. Gabriel, we saw a couple of replays on that throw. Looks like Kyle Trask had Travion Grimes opened down on that right side, but he was hit as he threw. He couldn't get a full arm extension, which forced that ball to fall so short. And to Jarvis Ware's credit, realized that and adjusted and got the interception to kick this one off. And it's in out of the end zone, so a touchback for the Gators.
There's just something that the offensive line needs to be better there. There was double coverage on one man, and you just leave an open linebacker open. They're just going to go after the quarterback and pressure him, and that's what causes the interception.
And if Trask gets not able to be interrupted on that throw, that's probably maybe even a touchdown because Grimes did have his man beat.
He did absolutely have his man beat, and that's at least a 25-yard gain if he's able to make that pass.
That's Missouri's first defensive touchdown this season. So not what you want to see. But Gators offense back out on there with 12:54 left to go in the second quarter. With the Tigers leading it 7-6. Here's the handoff to Kadarius Tone, and he's brought down in the backfield.
And that's Nick Bolton once again making two big back-to-back plays for the Missouri Tigers.
And that's going to be a loss for the Gators. It was a sweep play. And again, Bolton untouched there. He was able to run back all by himself and just threw Tony to the ground. Gators' offensive line needs to be better.
And it's
nowhere to found. There you go.
And there's only a 1-yard loss, actually. It seemed it was going to be
It seemed like it was going to be a lot more, but did gain back, I guess, a little bit. So 2nd and 11 with 12:17 left to go in the second quarter. Trask under center. Looks like it might be Damian Pierce.
Still Damian Pierce.
Back in the backfield. It's a handoff to Pierce. Makes a cut back up the middle and gets a nice gain there for about 5 or 6 yards. So we'll go to 3rd down, but a much more manageable 3rd down.
Much better. Much better. This running back core for the Gators is very strong and can break a lot of tackles. If they continue this, they can definitely break those tackles, get the first down, and hopefully get their first touchdown of the game.
So it's going to be 3rd and 4. Damian Pierce just checked out of the game. And it is Malik Davis who is back in the backfield here as Kyle Trask gets set in the shotgun with Malik Davis to his left-hand side. One receiver out to his right and two to his left. Trask puts a man in, and we got a flag on the play, or it might be a timeout. It will. It's going to be a timeout. Not sure who was taken by just quite yet. But as both the offenses go head to the sideline to talk this one over, we're going to take a quick break here on the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network with the Gators trailing Missouri Tigers 6-7. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network inside Ben Hill Griffin Stadium on this Halloween night. The Missouri Tigers lead it 7-6 in the second quarter with 11:21 left to go. As we get set here on this 3rd and 4, Kyle Trask in the shotgun, and it's going to be Malik Davis to his left-hand side. As Trask gets set to take the snap. That's Kyle Pitts in motion there to take the snap. Trask drops back, looking to his left-hand side. Plenty of time, rolling out to his right now. Throws over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That's Xavier Henderson, brother of C.J. Henderson, who is now on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Pass was a little bit low there for Henderson. He was open in the middle. Actually, it looked like he might have had a chance to have that.
He definitely could have made that pass, I believe, but just a little bit tough for the freshman coming in.
And normally, when you look at a guy like if Kyle Pitts would have had that, that's a pass you expect him to catch. But as a freshman, a little bit tough play to make. So 4th and 4, Gators are going to punt this ball away. That ball is hit hard all the way back, and they're not going to let the ball touch, and the Gators will down it at about the 27. And the Gators are saying it's their ball. They're saying it, and the refs disagree.
Saying that someone touched it from Missouri.
It did look like it might have hit one of the Missouri Tigers players there. I'm not sure. We'll see if we get it. I don't know if this is a reviewable play as we take a look at the replay here. Right now, it's Missouri's ball at about the 27-yard line. You can't see anything from that angle. As we get to look at a different one.
I believe the Gators think that
no, I don't think
they called a fair catch.
Well, I think they thought it might have hit off. I think that was number 87 for the Missouri Tigers. No, I'm sorry. So it was somebody
10,
else.
I believe.
Number 10. But I don't think it hit him. It looked like it took a weird bounce. So, and it is going to be Missouri Tigers ball. Nope, we're getting a timeout here that might be reviewing this play. Let's get another look at it. Although this angle is not the helpful one, so I don't know why they showed it again. But the Gators do believe it hit off one of the players on that initial replay. Yeah, it's number 10. It was close. It looked like it could have hit him, but we haven't seen anything definitive yet that says it hit off of him.
I believe it hit his towel, the back of his towel.
From that angle there, I don't think it hit him.
Neither do I.
And remember, you need to have definitive evidence to overturn on this. And remember, the call on the field was that it was Missouri's ball, so I don't see this being overturned, although it is being reviewed. Missouri Tigers leading it right now 7-6 with 11:03 in the second quarter.
Definitely not a great start to the second quarter for the Florida Gators after that pick six.
No, not ideal. So we're going to take a quick break as they continue to review this one. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, where the Missouri Tigers lead it 7-6 here with 11:03 left to go in the second quarter. So they just came out and said the call stands. So as we expected, it's going to be Missouri's ball, as it did not deflect off one of their players there. Would have been a huge break, though, for the Gators had they gotten the ball there.
Absolutely, and now it's going to be Mizzou ball at the 27-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for Bazelak as he gets ready under center, takes the snaps, going to do a play action, rolling out, throwing this one deep downfield, and it is caught. No, it's dropped. Intended for number 9.
Knox.
Jalen Knox, I thought he had it. It looked like he could have had it, but it was just out of his reach and falls incomplete.
I think if he makes that catch, it's a touchdown, Jake.
Absolutely. He had his man beat. He was wide open. Oh, and that one went right into his hands, and he just dropped it. That was a great throw by Connor Bazelak.
Bazelak with a beautiful pass. Knox had Brad Stewart Jr. completely past him and just was unable to make the catch.
Bazelak back in the shotgun here. He's going to hand it off this time. It's number 34.
That's Roundtree.
Roundtree, as he's brought down there, and he's going to get, I believe, enough for the first down. So Roundtree, excellent job there on the run game. Gators need to be better at this run defense. That's one place they struggled against Texas A&M was that run defense.
Absolutely. They've been struggling with tackling all season so far. Not making easy tackles that they should give easy yards for the opposite team. Just struggling all season.
1st and 10 with 10:25 left to go in the second quarter. Tigers leading it to 7-6. Here's play action. Pass thrown and is out and incomplete. Looks like it was knocked out there by number 5.
Kair Elam.
Elam with an excellent play there. And it's going to force a 2nd and 10 now.
Very well done by the sophomore there, just breaking the tackle right when he was about to touch the ball to tip it out.
That could have been an easy pickup there for 5 or 6 yards, but nevertheless, it's 2nd and 10. Bazelak takes this snap, hands it off, and he's in trouble, had to spin around there, and Roundtree's eventually brought down, nearly got taken down in the backfield, was able to spin away and get down at least to the line of gain.
I believe actually got a few yards there, but I could be wrong.
There you see the Gators defense on that left-hand side just absolutely broke down the line, and Roundtree had to spin away all the way back up the middle. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. It was a small gain.
Let's see if the Gators defense can get another stop. So
9:42 left to go in the second quarter. Roundtree to Bazelak's right as they take the snap. Bazelak throwing it to a wide open. It's caught. It's number 6. That's Chisholm. And he makes the catch. And let's see where they spot this ball. I think he's got enough for the first.
And no, it's
he's
actually
short.
4th down.
And Missouri's showing like they're going to try and go for this one as they quickly go into hurry-up offense. I think they might be measuring this one. They might bring it out the chains.
Very close. It's a game of inches right here, Jake.
It does look short from the angle that we're currently looking at it. But we will get an official measure here in just a moment. And that pass was to Chisholm, who is not the number one receiver for the Missouri Tigers, but still a very decent receiver, and that definitely is short.
Just a few inches off.
4th and 1, they're officially marking it at. Let's see if the Tigers decide to go for this.
It does seem like the Tigers are going to go for this, Jake, and it's a very, just get a run with Roundtree, and it'll be really easy for Mizzou to get that first down.
And they are sending Bazelak back out there, so it seems they will go for it.
This is really important for this Gators defense to see what they can handle.
Bazelak now headed back to the sideline to get the call from his head coach as they lead this currently 7-6 with 9:20 left to go in the second quarter. So far on this season, the Missouri Tigers are 8 for 12 on 4th down conversions. That's tied for 4th in the SEC. And not too bad for the Missouri Tigers, so you like your odds of potentially picking up this first down.
You see Todd Grantham here, really hoping that his Gators defense can get this stop.
And a lot of play. Oh, someone might have jumped off sides there. No flag, though, as Blazak now drops back. 13 seconds on the play clock. And wow, the Missouri Tiger head coach is furious right now. I think he wanted an offside call there. Mask off, and he is screaming at the referees. But there was no call on the play, no flag.
As the head coach continues to speak to the referee.
And the Missouri ended up taking a timeout there. That is Eli Drinkwitz, excuse me. He is not, and I don't blame him because it did look like the Gators went offside there. They're showing us a replay right now. I think he jumped, number 91.
That will be Marlon Dunlop Jr., the redshirt senior out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
He definitely looked like he jumped off sides there, but the refs did not make the call. And then I think Drinkwitz ended up taking the timeout just because he wanted to give the referees
a piece of
his mind. Exactly.
Yeah, this is a very odd turn of events here.
Well, it's a 4th down right there, so that would have given the Missouri Tigers the first down.
Absolutely. That's something really important, especially during this drive, to get some more points off and just make a larger lead for this Missouri team.
But nevertheless, they end up just getting themselves a timeout. The referees are not going to overturn something like that. I rarely ever seen a firm complaining getting your call then that way, but it maybe down the road the refs change their mind a little bit on future calls. But nevertheless, we're going to take a quick short break, and we'll be right back on the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network as the Missouri Tigers lead it 7-6 here in the second quarter. Welcome back here to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium on Halloween night. Gators currently trailing the Missouri Tigers as they lead it 7-6 here in the second quarter. 9:05 left to go. Gabriel looked like on the replay that Dunlop Jr. definitely jumped off sides there.
Absolutely, but we're still not sure what the call is. We haven't really seen the referees make a stance, but it seems like they are punting the ball.
And they do punt this one, and looks like we have another whistle here on the play. I believe Drinkwitz ended up taking a timeout on that last one because he wanted to give the referees a piece of his mind. And now we're getting a false start call on the Tigers.
That's just a terrible turn of events for this Missouri Tigers team. They should have gotten that first down, and now they're 4th and 6, just making it a little bit better for the Gators for the next drive.
And you can imagine Drinkwitz cannot be happy after that. Of course, Drinkwitz is Missouri Tigers head coach. He probably gets, should have had that false start, or offsides rather, on UF, and now his own team gets called for the false start. So it'll be 4th and 6 now, and they'll go ahead and punt this ball away. Tony back there to receive it. But it will fly into the end zone, so it's going to be a touchback for the Florida Gators. And that offense will get another chance to come out and work here with 8:56 left to go in the second quarter.
Here comes Kyle Pitts, Kyle Trask, Kadarius Toney, Trayvon Grimes. Such big players in the SEC that can do a lot of big plays.
Although you would like to hope that they can start to do a little bit better here because they only have 6 points on the board, and those are both field goals. So from a Florida Gators offensive standpoint, this has not been an ideal game. But on the defensive side of things, it's been fantastic.
It has been absolutely fantastic. The defense has caused 0 points on the board so far, but, we'll see what can happen with this.
Hey, it is Halloween. It's one of those spooky nights, I guess. So Kyle Trask in the shotgun here as he takes the snap, drops back, looking over the middle, throws to Dameon Pierce, who catches it, breaks out to the left-hand side, still got some room to run, stays on his feet to have past the 20, and he's brought down at about the 19-yard line. So 8:46 left to go in the second quarter. Excellent catch and pass by Dameon Pierce there.
It's actually the 35-yard line now. Started at the 25 and got up 10 yards, and now they're actually at the 30, 31.
Kyle Trask takes that snap. It's going to be a handoff to Dameon Pierce, who just bolsters through the defensive line, gets shoved back, but not after he gained about 1 or 2 yards on the run. So it's going to be 2nd and 9, so gain of 1 on the play.
Very good first play in this drive with Dameon Pierce in the pass. But after that run, nothing really done. This offensive line making no space whatsoever for their running backs to make a big play.
The 2nd and 9 for Kyle Trask and company. He's in the shotgun, and it is right back in the game for the Gators at running back to Trask's left. Trask takes a snap, drops back, steps up out to his right, throwing to his right side, and that ball is caught. Excellent catch. It's Grimes, and he's finally brought down just short of the 30-yard line. There is a flag on the play.
And they finally make it into the offensive half of theirs, and they're at the 32-yard line on Missouri territory.
And it's going to be a pass interference call
On Trayvon Grimes.
So that's going to bring back that play. A huge costly penalty. Trayvon Grimes not happy about the call.
Absolutely not. It's another 15 yards given. It's going to be tough for them to get this first down now.
As we take a look, good job by Kyle Trask to step up away from the pocket. And it looks like there is a little bit of contact there, but I'm not sure it was worthy of a call.
Can't see much on that replay there. Maybe a little bit
Didn't
of the
get
hands
a good
on
look
push.
at it. Grimes obviously not happy about it. So this makes it a 3rd and 23, I believe.
Very rough for this Gators offense. It's going to be tough for them to get this first down.
Gators offense has shown, though, they can do it. So actually, it's going to be 2nd down. So very doable still here at 2nd and 23. Trask takes a snap. No one in the backfield. Trask throwing this one to his right-hand side. That ball's caught. It's Grimes again, but this time only a short gain. I believe he got back up to the original marker, so it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Well, it's good to get those 13 yards back and possibly get another 10 in this 3rd down.
7:10 left to go in the second quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 11 officially. Tigers leading this one 7-6. Gators looking to try to march down the field and at least get a field goal. Trask in the shotgun with right to his left-hand side.
Trayvon Grimes moves from right to left.
Trask takes that snap and he drops back. Looking, pressure, he's got to roll out to his right-hand side there. He'll throw it back across his hands, and it's caught. Oh, no, and it's dropped. Trayvon Grimes had that ball in his hands, but he can't hold on to the ball, so it's incomplete, and that's going to make it 4th and 11.
Just bumbles the ball a little bit. Not a great pass from Kyle Trask. It was kind of fumbling all over the place, flipping around. Couldn't get the spiral on it.
That throw was coming across his body there, which is one of the hardest throws to make in football. Obviously a very dangerous pass. It looks like that ball was actually intended for number 6.
That's Naquan Wright right there.
Yeah, Naquan Wright, the running back out of the backfield, but ended up going into Grimes' hands. So the Gators will punt this ball away. That ball is up, and good kick here from the Gators, and they're going to down it at about the 24-yard line. So Gators not able to get the offensive job done. The Missouri Tigers still lead it 7-6 with 8:56 left to go in the second quarter. We'll be back after these short messages. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. My name's Jake Ricker alongside Gabriel Sosa. Gabriel, interesting game so far. It's a 1-point game as the Missouri Tigers lead it 7-6, but their offense back out on the field here.
Absolutely. Here comes
Connor Bazelak in the shotgun with Roundtree behind him. He's got two receivers out to his left. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Roundtree. No, play action. Pass out to number 48, this tight end. And he gains maybe one on the play. That was number 48, Miko He, the backup tight end for the Missouri Tigers. So it's going to officially 2nd and 8, a gain of 2.
And big tackle by Ventrell Miller there. It definitely would have gotten more yards, but a big tackle by the big man.
Excellent defensive play. Let's see if they can continue that here on 2nd and 8 with 6:04 left to go in the second quarter. Bazelak in the shotgun with Roundtree behind him. Couple of adjustments here. Now Roundtree to the right of Bazelak. Bazelak takes the snap, drops back, looking, pump fakes, now throws it short. That ball is caught, and they're quickly brought down. That was Tyler Beatty for a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play.
It's 3rd down for Missouri Tigers. Let's see if these Gators can get another stop.
It's going to be 3rd and 3 officially, so a short 3rd down for the Missouri Tigers. Bazelak getting the call from his sidelines. Gators on 3rd and 4th defense, 61% on the season and 1 for 5 tonight.
It's 20% right there, Jake. That is not good.
Bazelak takes the snap alone in the backfield, looking to his left, throwing, and that ball is tipped and incomplete. And yeah, flag coming in. That was Elam on the coverage. It definitely looked like he had a lot of contact there before that ball was thrown.
We'll see what happens here. It feels like it's going to be pass interference on Kieran Elam.
As we await the call from the officiating crew here, 5:11 left to go in the second quarter. Missouri Tigers still lead it 7-6. It's going to be a holding on the defense. So, and it is on Elam. A big mistake, though, there for the Gators.
And that's going to be an automatic 1st down for the Missouri Tigers.
I think that's the right call. He was all over him early on that throw. You just can't be doing that. That pass was intended for Hamilton, by the way.
Hazleton,
yes. Excuse me.
And just once again, now he's 1 for 6 on this.
So 1st down and 10 as they hand this one off. It's now flipped back here. And, I don't know what's going on. And brought down all the way down in the backfield.
Brenton Cox Jr. gets Kiki Chisholm in the backfield. Very well done by the transfer from Penn State.
They handed it off to Tyler Beatty, who then flipped it to Kiki Chisholm, and he was brought down way in the backfield. Excellent job by the Gators defense to recognize what was happening and get a huge sack.
And I apologize, by the way. Brenton Cox Jr. is actually a transfer out of Georgia, former 5-star outside linebacker.
So despite the unfortunate 3rd down flag, it's 2nd and 25. Bazelak takes this snap, hands it off into, brought down there short. It was Roundtree.
And there seems to be a flag on the play. This Gators defense just starting to pressure a lot more now.
A very excellent last couple of plays right there as we approach the end of the second quarter. 4:22 left to go. Missouri Tigers still lead it 7-6. As we get the call, it's going to be a holding on the offense call. The penalty is declined.
And now it's going to be 3rd and 25 for the Missouri Tigers.
Normally, I would say this is almost an automatic for a defense, but the Gators defense, which has struggled in the last couple of games, who knows? They have been known to give up big plays, so hopefully they can hold them there, though, on the long 3rd and 28. So Bazelak out in the shotgun. He's got Roundtree to his left, takes the snap, and he throws this one to Roundtree. Roundtree with some speed up to the 30. He's still going. He's finally brought down
by Brad Stewart Jr. Just gets under him and makes him flip so he can get the 4th down.
Roundtree almost took off there. He had some speed, and if he would have got past one more guy, he might have had that 1st down, but it's 4th and 13. Gators taking a time out here with 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter. So we'll take a quick break as the Missouri Tigers lead this one 7-6. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. Missouri Tigers lead it 7-6 here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium on Halloween night. 4th and 13 for the Missouri Tigers. They get set to punt this ball away. And that's what they will do. There is Tony waiting back for the punt. And he will fair catch it at about the 28-yard line. And as Kyle Trask will get ready to come back out, and the offense will get ready to take over again.
This has definitely not been a great game for this Florida offense. Dan Mullen needs to find a way just to get a few good plays, a few easy plays, and to regain back this lead.
How weird is that to say that it's the Gators offense that is not having a good game when normally it's been the defense, but they've been pretty good so far in this one, holding the Missouri Tigers to 0 offensive points. Again, that touchdown coming off the pick 6 thrown by Kyle Trask. And he was hit on that throw. Nevertheless, it's 1st and 10 for the Gators. Kyle Trask under center takes the snap, play action, throws out to his left. Kadarius Toney gets the pass. He's got blockers, still moving on his feet all the way down to about the 34-yard line, or 36-yard line, excuse me.
And they are able to get that first down. They've just needed blockers. They haven't had the blockers, and Kadarius Toney was able to get those blockers and get the first down.
Kadarius Toney, known for his speed, he showed it off there. So it's Kyle Trask in the shotgun, Malik Davis to his right, Kadarius Toney out to his left, and one receiver to his right as well. Trask takes the snap, looks left, now looking right, throws, and it's tipped and incomplete. Good coverage by the Missouri defense there. They were all over Trayvon Grimes, who that was intended for.
That was a very odd pass from Kyle Trask to get Trayvon Grimes. That was double covered.
So 2nd and 10 for the Florida Gators with 3:17 left to go in the second quarter. Again, Gators trailing by 1 point in this game with the Tigers leading at 7-6. Trask alone in the shotgun here. 2 receivers out to his left and 3 receivers out to his right. I believe that's Malik Davis, the running back, who's out there. As Trask gets set here, 4 seconds left to go on the play clock. Gets the snap off, Trask drops back, steps up now. He's going to run with this one out to the left-hand side. He's tripped up and goes down, definitely well short. Maybe a gain of 1 or 2 on the play there, so it's going to bring up 3rd down for the Gators.
Well, it's good to see Kyle Trask not being afraid to stay in the pocket as he gets the 3-yard gain there.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Gators. As you take a look at some of Kyle Trask's stats. So 7 and 10 to start, 128 yards, but much better recently here. So 3rd and 7, 3 receivers out to his right and 2 to his left. Kyle Trask alone in the shotgun. Trask takes a snap, looking left, now looking right, throws to that right-hand side. That ball is caught, and he's still loose. He's still going. It's number 15. Brought all the way down past the 50.
And that was Jacob Copeland, the sophomore. Very well done by the big man there.
Excellent job by Copeland. He had some tight coverage on him, but was able to haul in that ball and run for a huge gain.
Seemed like Missouri needed 7 men to get Jacob Copeland on the ground. Very well done to keep his footing and keep his balance to stay up.
It's just a sea of white jerseys until Copeland was finally brought down. So a little bit of momentum here, though, for the Gators offense. You like to see this.
That's exactly what Kyle Trask and this Gators offense needed. Jacob Copeland did so well. Beautiful pass by Kyle Trask and was able to get a lot of yardage in that last play.
So 1st and 10 for the Gators with 2:29 left to go in the second quarter.
In the Missouri 24. So very close into the red zone.
Gators have not been in the, or they've been close to the red zone. I don't think they've been in the red zone once so far this game.
So far?
2 field goals so far in this game. Have not been able to get into the end zone. Nevertheless, it's Kyle Trask in the shotgun with Malik Davis to his right on this 1st and 10 play. 3 receivers out to his right. Trask takes the snap, looking to his left-hand side. He'll throw that way. It's caught by Malik Davis, and he's out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. So the Gators in the red zone for the first time.
And he gets those 5 yards. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5 for the Gators. Finally in the red zone, as Jake said.
And we just about approached 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Gators still trailing by 1. 2nd and 4 for the Gators. That's Trask in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to throw to his left, caught by Toney. Toney makes a move, still on his feet, all the way down to the 10. Still on his feet, now by the 10, the 5, touchdown Gators! Excellent run by Kadarius Toney. Was never able to brought down, elusive on that run, and the Gators have 6 points on the board.
That was unbelievable by Kadarius Toney. Got tackled by 3 guys, went underneath. Seemed like there was a face mask also there, and he was able to get through with it. Well done by the quick man, Kadarius Toney.
I thought he actually got tackled, but he made an excellent spin move to come out of that and then get all the way to the end zone. So Kadarius Toney stepping up big for the Gators. And now pending this extra point with Chris Howard, the backup kicker for the Gators. And this kick is up, and it is good. So the Gators now lead this one 13-7 with 1:41 left to go in the second quarter. It's Kadarius Toney off this spin move into the end zone to give the Gators the lead. We'll be right back after this on the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. The Gators sideline is excited as they now lead this one 13-7 with 1:41 left to go in the second quarter. The Gators kick this one off to the Missouri Tigers, and that ball is going to be caught for a fair catch. So now Missouri's offense will have to come back out in the field and try to answer after a great drive from the Florida Gators offense.
Absolutely. Kadarius Toney, once I saw him make that spin move and he was still up, my jaw dropped. It was unbelievable by the senior, and I hope to see that a lot more throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. He had 4 touchdowns on the season. That was his 5th touchdown. And, you know, if it wasn't for Kyle Pitts, would have been the number 1 guy here. But Kyle Pitts, because of his 7 touchdowns on the season, kind of overshadowed Kadarius Toney. But excellent run there. So let's see if Missouri's offense can try and respond here. Connor Bazelak back out on the field, takes his snap here in the shotgun. Quick throw, and it is caught by number 7, Damian Hazelton.
And Miller makes the tackle at the 35-yard line.
So it's going to be 2nd and 1. They were 1 yard short of the first down. Here's the snap in the shotgun. Throws out, and that ball is incomplete. Again, intended for Hazelton. Bazelak tried to make a quick throw there, but good defensive coverage by the defense.
And Miller was the one covering Hazelton again, so 2 big plays, a big tackle and then a big coverage.
Hazelton looked like a little shaken up from that hit. So 3rd and 1. Bazelak in the shotgun with Roundtree to his right. It's going to be a hand. Oh, and the ball is loose and it's out. And I think the Gators might have it. Let's see what the call. It's Gators football. A huge turnover by the defense. That was a handoff to Tyler Beatty, and he dropped the ball, and the Gators pounced on it.
And right when he sees the ball, Brennan Cox Jr., as I said, 5-star recruit out of Georgia, transferred to the Gators last year, is able to pick up the football. Very well done, as this is the 2nd turnover for the Florida Gators this season.
I think Connor Bazelak tried to pull that ball back from Tyler Beatty, and Beatty wanted to take it, which is what forced the turnover.
That's just awful communication between the offense. If they don't do that, they could possibly get that first down. But guess what? It's Florida Gators football now. So
1 minute and 15 left to go in the second quarter. The Gators do have 1 timeout. They can still try and score before the end of the second half.
And they will get the football in the second half.
Precisely. So the Gators offense can really start the momentum and keep it rolling here. Let's see what they can do on 1st and 10. Kyle Trask in the shotgun with Damian Pierce to his left-hand side. Trask takes the snap, looking to his right now, looking left. Throws that left-hand side. It's caught by Toney. Touchdown, Gators! Kadarius Toney was wide open, and Kyle Trask put it right where he needed to.
What a beautiful run route by Kadarius Toney. Made it so easy. Had 3 yards of space and an easy touchdown for Kadarius Toney and the Florida Gators.
That's going to make it 19-7 Gators, pending the extra point here. With 1 minute and 8 left to go. We were talking about they might have to hurry up with 1 timeout, but they did it on the first play of the drive.
Kadarius Toney on Halloween. He is looking scary tonight.
Absolutely. Here's the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So the Gators now lead it 20-7 with 1 minute and 8 left to go in this second half. We'll be right back on this Halloween night in Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. You've been listening to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network as the Gators look to kick this one off after a Kadarius Toney touchdown. That one's out into the end zone for a touchback.
The Gators have been able to score 2 touchdowns in 35 seconds, Jake.
I was just going to mention.
Started at 141 with that Kyle Trask pass to Kadarius Toney at 141 left, and with a minute and 8 seconds left, that's when Kadarius Toney gets another touchdown.
We do have a Gator down on the field here. I wasn't able to see the number before the trainers came over, so we'll update you on who that is. But yeah, Gabriel, precisely, I was just going to mention to you that, remember, this game was 6-7 with the Missouri Tigers leading it. Now, it looks like it's number 40, I believe.
Number 40, that will be Josiah Pierre, linebacker, redshirt freshman.
Another defensive guy to go down, which is unfortunate. Again, as we mentioned at the start of this broadcast, a lot of Gator starters out due to either COVID or some other illness. We don't know the official word on that, but already down starters.
Missing Marco Wilson, Sean Davidson, Donovan Steiner. It would be a lot different. Well, wouldn't be that much of a difference because his defense has completely stopped this offense. They've been doing very well.
They really have, which is excellent to see. And many might say, well, it is the Missouri Tigers at 2-2, but with the way this defense played in the first 3 weeks, it's good to see that they're at least thriving right now.
Absolutely. This Gators defense has struggled this entire season, and they definitely needed this confidence coming into Georgia next Saturday.
So Connor Bazelak will lead his offense back out there on 1st and 10 with 1:08 left to go. Maybe they try to hope to get some kind of momentum back here before the end of the second half. Remember, the Gators do get the ball in that second half. Here's Bazelak. He drops back, looking. He's going to throw deep downfield, and that ball is incomplete. There was contact all over the place. That ball was intended for number 6, Kiki Chisholm.
And great coverage by Jaden Hill, the sophomore, out of Huntsville, Alabama. Brendan Cox Jr. just tackles Kalapak right beforehand, and number 22, Rashad Torrance II, nearly gets the interception.
It actually looked like more offensive contact from Chisholm on that play. Nevertheless, Bazelak with the shotgun takes a snap, drops back, looking to that left-hand side, throwing, and it is caught. Was it in bounds, though? And they say it was caught by number 7, Damian Hazelton. Excellent catch.
Excellent catch, and got it to the 50-yard line. Still have a good chance of getting some points on the board.
Looks like he just barely got the 1 foot down, and they tried to hurry this up. The Gators might be challenging this as the play was blown dead on this 1st and 10. Ball spotted at exactly the 50-yard line, as you mentioned. We'll see what the call is here. And it looks like it was a timeout. And it was look back at that was a great catch by Hazelton, and they're looking at us to see if maybe they take a look at this. I don't know. It almost looks like he may not have gotten that.
I honestly don't know because his left foot was on the floor, but he did not have control of the football.
And then that left foot immediately came back up.
Absolutely. Brad Stewart just made a tackle right when he tried to make control of it and was pushed out, so it might actually be an incompletion as the
play
continues to be
it is under review. Because remember, in college football, you only need 1 foot inbounds, not 2 feet, unlike the NFL. So with 55 seconds left to go in this second quarter, this is a big call here because if you're at the 50-yard line with 55 seconds, still 2 timeouts for the Missouri Tigers, you can very easily make a couple quick plays and potentially kick the field goal at least at the end of the half, maybe even a touchdown if they're lucky. But if you don't get this, you're way back there, still in your own zone or your own side of the field. So a big call.
On this past review that we just saw, this angle, it does not seem that he makes the catch. His left foot is in with no control and is pushed out by Brad Stewart out of bounds. Let's see what the referees are going to say.
If I had to guess, I think this is going to be an incomplete pass.
I agree.
But as we wait here for the official ruling, as the referee's still taking a look at it, very frustrating turn of events here for head coach Drinkwitz of the Missouri Tigers after his team was leading 7-6, and then a potentially botched offsides call, and then the touchdowns within 30 seconds, as you mentioned, get the call here. And it is going to be incomplete. So a huge turn of events there. Hazelton thought he had it at the 50-yard line, but that's going to back him way up. So the call is reversed, which moves back the Missouri Tigers by a lot. It's 3rd and 10.
But very well done. Like I said, Brad Stewart If he does not make that tackle to push him out of bounds, that is most likely an incomplete pass. Very great effort out of Brad Stewart Jr.
Very true. So 3rd and 10 with 55 seconds left to go in this second half on the 25-yard line. This ball snapped, and it's a short throw to
That is Roundtree.
To Roundtree. Roundtree has been so slippery, it even slips my mind when
Absolutely.
he gets the catch.
And great tackle from Jeremiah Moon for the Gators defense to only allow a 1-yard gain for this Missouri defense, as the Gators will be getting the ball.
So now it's 4th and 9, which means the Missouri Tigers will more than likely punt this ball away. 47 seconds left to go. They put 1 second back on the clock, so 48 seconds left to go in the second half. Gators still have one timeout. I mean, heck, if they wanted to, they could try to score some more points.
Absolutely. Listen, possibly it could be a shutout for the for the defense in this first half. Hopefully they can continue doing that in the second half as well.
Dan Mullen talking to the referees here as his offense will get a chance to come back out on the field here shortly. Not sure what Dan Mullen is talking about. Doesn't look like he's too happy about something.
We will see sooner or later what has happened.
Not too much to complain about if you're Dan Mullen, though, right now. Most things, at least after that first quarter, are going your way currently.
After about 3 minutes left into the second quarter, that was when you started seeing this Gators defense do a lot more. Not Gators defense, just this Gators team mature a lot more in this game.
Kadarius Toney standing just about in front of the 30-yard line, waiting for this punt. As he waits for it, and he'll take it. He's going to run with it up at the 30, make some moves down to the right side, still on his feet, past the 40. He's finally brought down at the 45, and there's a flag on the play. It's a late flag. I don't know if you saw this, Gabriel, but there was someone on the right side that got tackled by a Gators player, although this is a late flag, so let's see what the call is.
I couldn't see anything there, but like I said, Kadarius Toney, he can move. He can move. His footwork is unbeaten.
He is very elusive down out there. As we still await the call. Again, it was a late flag, so I don't think it was for the tackle that happened. I didn't get a look at who it was. Referee's currently conferring.
It was a late tackle, but I don't think it happened during the punt.
Toney, nevertheless, a great return. Got all the way down to the 45-yard line, which would be huge help with 35 seconds left in the second quarter if the Gators are looking to try and get a potential field goal as we get the call from the referee. And it is going to be on the Gators. It's a personal foul. So that's going to back up that run from Kadarius Toney. Dan Mullen barking some orders out to his team as the Gators lead this one 20-7. Here with 35 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Still kind of confused about the foul there. I wish they showed a review of exactly what happened. Unable to see it, but as Kyle Trask goes onto the field.
Nevertheless, the Gators will start at the 30. That penalty was on Wisconsin, by the way. Trask takes a snap now, throwing down to his right, and that ball is incomplete, intended for number 8, Travion Grimes.
Not a great series of events here.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 here with 30 seconds left to go in the second quarter. 30 seconds left on that play clock. You wonder if the Gators maybe just try to run the clock out here and just take the 27 to lead into the half.
As they get the ball back into the second half and get everything going again.
Nevertheless, it's going to be Trask in the shotgun with Naquan Wright to his right-hand side. Trask takes the snap. He'll step up in the pocket, throws to his right-hand side, and it's incomplete again there, intended for Travion Grimes. Looks like the pass is a little high, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 now for the Gators.
Way too high for Travion Grimes to get there. Tried jumping to get the catch, but a little bit too strong, a little bit too high, and here comes 3rd and 10.
24 seconds left to go in the second half. Gators still with one timeout as they lead it 20-7. Kyle Trask in the shotgun. Naquan Wright to his right. Kyle Pitts out there to his right-hand side. Haven't seen too much of him today. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff. Naquan Wright. He's got some room to run. He is brought down, though.
That's going to be about a 7-yard gain, I believe.
So short of the 3rd down. They did run it, though, there. They're probably going to let the play clock just tick out here with 12 seconds left to go on 4th down. I think we might have gotten a timeout taken here, possibly by the Missouri Tigers.
And it is a timeout by the Missouri Tigers.
So they obviously want to try to get the ball back and try to do something. So we're going to take a quick break here as the Gators lead this one 20-7. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. My name is Jake Ricker alongside Gabriel Sosa as the Gators are about to punt this ball away. And it's a great punt way back there. Takes a Gators bounce. There's a flag on the play. The Gators are going to wait and let this one roll, and they down it at the 2-yard line.
What a punt.
A beautiful punt there from Jacob Finn. There is a flag on the play, so we'll have to wait and see what the call is here. Only 2 seconds left in the half.
I did think it was an offsides or a false start on one of the teams. Not exactly sure, but we will see right now. It was an offsides, and that's going to be a first down for this Gators team.
I'm curious to see. I think they're going to put some time back on the clock as well. So now this gives Dan Mullen's offense a chance to try and throw a deep ball, maybe get a field goal out of this. So a costly penalty from the Missouri Tigers.
Just what a punt by Finn there. It doesn't seem like they're going to put time on the clock. There's only 2 seconds left.
Yeah, the clock still says 2 seconds here unless they haven't changed it yet. If that's the case, you might just have Kyle Trask kneel it or hand this one off. We'll see what the play call here is just a second. So 1st and 10 for the Gators now.
On their own 43-yard line.
Kyle Trask is in the shotgun with Naquan Wright to his left-hand side. Kyle Pitts out to Trask's right. Kadarius Toney to the left along with 2 other receivers. Trask takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Wright. He's got room to run. He's at the 40. He's got blockers down to the 30. And it is brought down just past the 30-yard line. And that'll do it for the second half. So we're going to head to halftime. The Gators leading it to 20-7. There's a flag on the play here. Not sure what the call is, but a great run from Naquan Wright.
Yeah, you saw he tried. It seemed like they were going to go for the Hail Mary there, but instead just give the ball to Naquan Wright, and he had so much space because everyone was so separated from each other.
And it is an offsides on the defense here, but I believe that will still end the second half. So the Gators lead it 20-7. They'll get the ball back in the first half. They'll be back after this. You're listening to the Gators Student Broadcast Network at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. We're going to bring it back real quick here on the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. They are going to put more time. The Gators run one more play. Trash dropping back. Pressured, steps up. He's going to throw this one all the way to the end zone, and it is knocked down, incomplete. So the Gators tried one more Hail Mary there. It's incomplete, and now and we looked at a little bit of pushing and shoving there. That will officially end the first half. And as the Gators lead it 20-7, and we'll be back for your halftime show after this. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. My name's Jake Ricker alongside Gabriel Sosa. The Gators lead this one 20-7 as we are here in halftime. Gabriel, what a game so far. Before we get to the festivities that happened at the end of that first half, let's talk about a quick recap on this game so far.
Well, first off, a few field goals for the Florida Gators. Got 2 field goals in with their new kicker so far due to Evan McPherson being out. And great defense coming out of the Florida Gators. And then here comes one offensive drive. Kyle Trask gets a little bit touched, and a pick six comes for the Missouri Tigers. Next, 2 big touchdowns by Kadarius Toney, back-to-back in between 35 seconds. And at the end of it, it's 20-7 for the Florida Gators this half.
Kadarius Toney has been absolutely excellent in this one. Normally it's Kyle Pitts with all the attention, but Kadarius Toney with 2 touchdowns already in this game and a total of 60 yards, his longest one, a 30-yard run. But let's talk about what happened at the end of that first half there. So
that was unbelievable.
The Gators there was a flag on the play, so the Gators got to run one more play with 0 seconds left on the clock. So the Gators go for a Hail Mary, they throw it up, nobody gets that. There's some pushing and shoving, though, before we get to halftime, and it's because Kyle Trask, who unloaded the ball, got hit really late, and it ensued for a huge scuff. Both sidelines completely clearing. It took referees about, I want to say, like 3 minutes to even get players off and separated. I think I even saw a couple of punches thrown in there. I mean, just absolute madness.
Absolutely. You could see Dan Mullen, coach of Missouri. Everyone was trying to separate each other. Everyone was upset. There were punches thrown. It was about a second after Kyle Trask threw the ball where the Missouri player tackles Kyle Pitts, and it was a hard tackle. It could have knocked him out. And you can just see the Gators were very upset about that, started pushing, started shoving. You see sidelights come out. And even at the end, you can see that Dan Mullen goes to the other coach, and he's very upset about it. He's very upset, and they make up at the end of the day. And Dan Mullen, right at the end, when he's about to walk into the tunnel, comes back out and riles up all of the Gator fans, trying to rile them up for the second half.
And that's huge for the Gators because, when they come back out, the swamp, even though we don't have our full capacity, they're going to be going crazy when this team comes back out. But yeah, as you mentioned, Mullen stayed out there, wanted to make sure he could talk to Drinkwitz, and was clearly upset, which makes sense because, it's like in hockey, you protect your goalie. In football, you protect your quarterback. So any kind of hit like that, especially a late one, is going to bring some attention. And there were a couple of players in there specifically. It was number, I think, 56 for the Gators.
Slayton Jr. You see some fighting by number 15 for Missouri. You see a bunch of punches thrown. You can see some coaches getting punches thrown. You can see some people kicking other players on the floor. It was unbelievable with, by the way, the referee saying a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct between everyone in this team, and a lot of possible ejections if there's another unsportsmanlike conduct in this game.
So to that note, though, nobody was ejected off of this scrum. They just basically gave a large warning out to everybody and said if it happens again, you will be thrown out for the game. But very interesting note, at the end of the second half, we should be in for a treat, or the end of the first half, we should be in for a treat when the Gators ready to come back out on the field again. They lead it 20-7 currently, and they will get the ball in this second half. So you've been listening to the Florida Gators student broadcast here at the University of Florida, and we'll be back for the start of the second half. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. My name's Jake Ricker alongside Gabriel Sosa. Gabriel, what fireworks going off here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium after that late hit on Kyle Trask. We did get some updates. A couple players were ejected.
There were, first off, every single player from both teams with an unsportsmanlike conduct. And then Florida's Zachary Carter and Antoine Powell have been ejected. And from Missouri, Trey Williams has been ejected.
That ball is kicked off here by the Missouri Tigers, and it's up out of bounds. So the Gators offense will get to come to work here on the touchback. Also, I want to talk about, too, the Gators are playing Georgia next week in one of their bigger games. Obviously, both teams, top 10 ranked teams, but we could have multiple suspensions now coming for the Gators in that next week. Same for the Tigers, but a much bigger scenario for the Gators.
Absolutely. Gators are in a chance of possibly going to the college football playoff if they win out and win the SEC championship. It is possible. And with a team like Georgia that they have to play next week, any suspension, any injury, anything like that will make it more detrimental towards this Gators team.
Well, here we go. Kyle Trask back out there. He looks to be okay after taking that hit. Trask takes a snap, play action, thrown out to his right-hand side. That ball's caught. It's Kyle Pitts. He's pushed out of bounds for a gain of about 8 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 2.
Just a great start, just getting Kyle connection to his main man and getting 8 yards to make it an almost first down.
It's good to see that Kyle Trask looked to be okay and perfectly fine, because I want to be honest, that hit, it seemed really bad to me and super late. Kyle Trask's arm was almost all the way down when he got hit. Here's the snap. That one's going to be handed off to Dameon Pierce as he runs up the middle. Looks like he might have gotten enough for that first down. We'll see where they mark him. It looks like it might bring up 3rd and 1.
It was main man Trajan Jeffcoat, the redshirt sophomore, who actually tackled Kyle Trask there. A very late hit, about a second and a half off, and caused a ruckus.
Could have really hurt Kyle Trask, which would have been very bad for the Florida Gators. So it's 3rd and 1 with 14:09 left to go in this third quarter. Trask going to take it himself. He's got some blocker. He's got some room to run. Trask at the 50. He's still going. And he's finally brought down at about the 41-yard line. What a run by Kyle Trask.
What a block, first off, by their running back, Dameon Pierce. Then gets big man number 76, and off to the races Kyle Trask went all the way to the 37-yard line.
A huge run for Kyle Trask. They only needed 1 to pick up the first down. They get it in spades. So 1st and 10 for the Gators with 13:36 left to go in the third quarter. The Gators lead it 20-7.
Kyle Trask is actually the leading rusher for the Florida Gators right now after that run.
A little bit of shocking stat. This ball is handed off to Pierce. Pierce makes a move, and he gets brought down for about a gain of 5 on the play.
Good run by Dameon Pierce, just making it easy, getting 5 yards.
Those are the runs that won't be on the highlight reel, but they're very important runs as they make these 2nd and 3rd downs much more manageable. So 13:05 left to go in the third quarter. Dameon Pierce in the backfield. Kyle Trask under center. One receiver out to his right, It's Pierce alone in the backfield with 3 receivers bunched up to Trask's left. Kyle Pitts, Tony, and Grimes. Here's a handoff to Pierce. He's going to keep it, and he is brought down for maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
Doesn't really get anything there. Just way too many defensive linemen stuck in between the middle, and only gets 2 yards there.
So it's going to be 3rd and 3, a very manageable third down, though, here for the Florida Gators, as they look to try and continue an offensive run. That crowd, I'm sure, very excited after Dan Mullen went into the tunnel and came back out and pumped up the crowd. You know, they want some points to put up against this Missouri team. It's going to be Dameon Pierce alone in the backfield with Kyle Trask under center. Jacob Copeland out to his left. There's Tony and Grimes bunched up to the right. Trask takes a snap. Play action pass, rolling out to his right-hand side. Trask, he's going to take it. He's going to try to run with it, and he's going to be short of the first down after he's brought down. Looks like they're marking about 1 yard short.
Just about 1 yard off, and I really do think that the Gators will go for this time.
Remember, they do have their backup kicker. Not that they're close to field goal range, but something to note, especially with these 4th down divisions. Dan Mullen is known to go for it. And Kyle Trask does remain out on the field. So it looks as if they might try to go for this here on 4th and 1.
It's only a 1 yard gain. I think this is a good opportunity for the Gators to keep the possession going and possibly get a touchdown in the next few drives.
And last time, remember, Kyle Trask gained about 20 yards after that. They only needed 1 there. Kyle Trask in the shotgun. He's going to take it. He's going to run with it. He's got some blocks, and he's definitely got the first. He's got more, though. Kyle Trask still on his feet, and he's finally brought down. So they pick up the first down, and now into the red zone go the Gators.
And there he goes, over 11 yards there to get that run. Unbelievable by Kyle Trask today.
Great blocking by the offensive line. We kind of said they were struggling a little bit in that first quarter, a little bit of the second quarter as well, but excellent so far. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Gators with 10:50 left to go in the third quarter. They lead it 20-7. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Kadarius Toney. He's going to bounce out to that left side. He's got some room to run. Kadarius Toney all the way in. Touchdown, Gators! Kadarius Toney nearly went out of bounds, but he's able to spin his way into the end zone and 6 points on the board for the Gators.
And that's exactly what Dan Mullen wanted. Kadarius Toney, the quick master, the footwork master. He was able to do everything he wanted, got all the blocks he needed by Jacob Copeland, by Dameon Pierce, and what a touchdown. Just at the end to jump and make a little spin move and put it in the end zone.
That's officially a 16-yard touchdown run. Excellent footwork by Kadarius Toney. He was about to go out of bounds and made a spoon move to get back in. Now the extra point is up, and it is good. A little bit to the left-hand side there from the backup kicker Chris Howard. But nevertheless, the Gators now lead it 27-7 with 10:36 left to go in the third quarter. You've been listening to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Florida Gators Student Broadcast Network here at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium on Halloween night. Gators currently lead this one 27-7 after Kadarius Toney's 16-yard touchdown run. My name's Jake Ricker alongside Gabriel Sosa. Gabriel, excellent game so far. Kadarius Toney has been amazing. He now has 7 touchdowns on the season, which ties Kyle Pitts.
Absolutely. The biggest thing that I've noticed is that I assume that Missouri kind of had their game plan on Kyle Pitts. You know, they've had that Kyle to Cal connection the entire season and last season. So I feel like Dan Mullen, after the first quarter, was able to find out that Toney has more space, more time with the ball, and was able to get those 3 touchdowns because of that.
Gators kick this one off to the Tigers. It's a short kick. They're going to try to run this one back, and they're still going on his feet back around to the 20. Then get forced out of bounds about the 27-yard line. That was number 1 Tyler Beatty on the return. And to Missouri's credit, they have largely limited Kyle Pitts so far in this game.
Absolutely. Kyle Pitts has struggled today, but I believe next week when he plays the Georgia Bulldogs, he will have a much better game.
But that's what you need, though, from your players when one guy does get limited, because it's going to happen. You know, nobody can be perfect every game, but Kadarius Toney has stepped up in that spot and really come out and shine so far. But we're going to have the Missouri offense coming out on the field there as they look to try and respond after the Gators have just been dominant so far after these last couple of quarters.
Absolutely. The biggest thing that I've seen, the Gators defense, I will continue to say this. In the beginning of the pregame show, we said, what do we need to see out of the Gators? And the one thing I said, defense, missing all of their big names, they have been able to shut out this Missouri team on their defense with only 1 touchdown coming through a pick 6.
That's right. Remember, the only touchdown they scored, as you mentioned, was the pick 6. It wasn't an offensive touchdown. So Connor Bazelak back out on the field for this 1st and 10, looking to try and get some offensive points. They're all the way back at the 13-yard line. Here's the snap. Bazelak rolls out to his right-hand side. He's going to throw. That ball is caught, and he's forced out of bounds at about the 19. That was Jalen Knox on the catch. That's going to bring up 2nd down. There was a penalty, by the way, on that return. It was a personal foul on Brooks, so that's what backed him up so far.
Now it's going to be 2nd and 3 for Missouri.
10-10 left to go in the third quarter. Bazelak in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Roundtree, and he's brought down for a short gain. He might have been behind the line of scrimmage there. And it's going to bring up 3rd down for the Missouri Tigers offense. It'll be 3rd and 1 with 9:50 left to go in the third quarter.
And that's that is to Daryl Slayton who makes the tackle there.
Big 3rd down coming up for the Gators defense once again to try and hold them to another 3 and out. Bazelak in the shotgun.